What's up, my bearded bros? This is the Bearded Maniac here with another crazy NBA prediction for the next few days. We are doing the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of November. Last week, we were 15-8, improving on our overall record from the week before by one loss, because the week before we were 15-9, and now that we're 15-8, we're half a game ahead of what we're doing. So that was our best week yet, and hopefully this week it will be even better. Overall, we are now 40-24, which I think, being 16 above 500, is really good so far, considering how unpredictable the NBA season has been. I mean, Spurs beating the Warriors, Spurs losing to the Jazz, which kind of made me sad, but let's not go over that right now. Anyway, we don't have as many game picks as last time. I believe we only have 22 this time, so my goal will be 16-6. I really want to try to start showing improvement. Who knows if I'll get any improvement or not, but I hope I do, and I seem to have lost my basketball. Anyway, first up we have the Kings and Magic. The Magic are very disappointing this NBA season, so I don't think they're going to be able to contain DeMarcus Cousins, although DeMarcus Cousins and Nikola Vucevic is actually a pretty good matchup to watch, so I might, if that game was locally televised actually, since I live in the state of Maine, I don't know if I'll be able to watch it, but if I could, I probably would, because that seems like it'd be a pretty good matchup. Otherwise, on to the next game. Kings. On to the next game, we got Pacers, Bucks. Paul George, Monte Ellis, or whoever, I don't know. That team's changed a lot in the last few years. I think there'll be too much for Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak, because he's still finding his rhythm this season. I think the Pacers take a game on the road. Next, we have the Timberwolves, Nuggets. I'm going with Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, and the Timberwolves. I don't think the Nuggets have the talent. I mean, Moutier and Barton and Jokic are coming into their own. They'll be really good, but I don't think they'll be really, really good for like 3-4 years, so I'm picking Timberwolves. Then we have the Celtics, Cavs, and as much as it pains me as a Celtics fan, I am picking the Cavaliers in this one because they are the defending NBA champions, and they are playing at home, and I don't think we have the talent to stop or LeBron James, but it's going to be an interesting matchup to see Al Horford against Kevin Love if that's how they roll the lineups. And it's going to be interesting to see Isaiah Thomas versus Kyrie Irving. That's going to be a good one too. But Cavs. Then next we have the undefeated Thunder against the Warriors. I believe the Warriors even out the records. Kevin Durant gets a little revenge on Russell Westbrook after Westbrook kind of started running his mouth. Honestly, I was hoping Westbrook would get his revenge and shut KD up and teach him how much of a little bitch he is, but obviously that's not going to happen because they really don't have anybody to match up well against Klay Thompson. Well, probably got Oladipo on Thompson, Westbrook on Curry, but who do you have on Durant and Draymond? Not really anybody. I mean, Steven Adams on Draymond, we all saw that how it turned out last year. Draymond kicked him in the balls. He might kick him in the balls again. Who knows? Anyway, we got the Warriors beating the Thunder, and next is the Heat Raptors. I am obviously going to go Raptors because I think they're a top 3 seed in the East. I think DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry are just too much, and Valanciunas is one of the league's leading rebounders already. By leading, I mean he's probably in top 15, top 10. And next, after that, we have the Hornets Nets. And I'm picking Hornets because I believe Kemba Walker is going to have a game with Jeremy Lin on him. I don't think Jeremy Lin's going to be good enough to stop him. Other than that, I'm not too sure. Brook Lopez is a great player, so he might step it up. Nets could win this, but at home, but I'm picking Hornets on the road. The next, we have the Knicks and Bulls. This is a rapid-fire session right now. Knicks and Bulls, and I'm picking the Bulls because I believe Jimmy Butler is going to have a game. And by a game, I mean I believe he's going to maybe convince Carmelo Anthony that he's getting a little old and maybe should retire soon. Other than that, we have Clippers Grizz, and I am picking Blake Griffin and the Clippers, even though all of them disappeared and nobody scored 20 points against the Thunder last night. It's kind of disappointing overall. Then Suns Pelicans, I believe Anthony Davis and the Pelicans get their first win of the year. I believe Davis goes off for over 40 again because I don't think the Suns have the personnel to catch up with Davis and stop him, and they do have decent amount of good complementary players. Buddy Hield, Drew Holiday. Buddy Hield's going to get going sooner or later. He just has to adjust to the NBA life and NBA level of talent. That's the major wall I think he's hitting right now. Then after that, we got Trailblazers Mav. I'm disappointed with the Trailblazers and how they performed earlier. But going against the Mavs, I believe Damian Lillard pulls this off because I don't believe the Mavs have the point guard to contain him. I mean, granted, if the If the Trailblazers still had LaMarcus Aldridge, it would be a clear Trailblazers win, but it's a little more muddled after a couple seasons without him. Next, we have the Spurs Jazz, and I'm going to have to go Spurs here. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to go Spurs. And then, Warriors Lakers. I'm going to have to go Warriors on that one. If I went Lakers, I would get so many hate messages, it wouldn't even be funny. I have to go get another ball now. After the Warriors Lakers, we have Timberwolves Thunder, and as good as Karl Anthony Towns is and Andrew Wiggins is, I don't know if they'll be able to compete with Russell Westbrook at the level that he's playing right now. And personally, to me, it seems like it's just Russell Westbrook. I mean, Oladipo's shooting a lot of threes, but he's also missing a lot of threes. I mean, he might find that rhythm sooner or later, but I don't think he finds it today. But I do think the Thunder still win it, just because Westbrook will probably put up 35 to 40 again. And then we have the Cavs Sixers. I guess you could say in a way this matchup is the beast versus the least. And you got the reigning NBA champions, and then you have the worst team in the NBA historically in the last 5 years. I mean, Ben Simmons I don't think is clear to play yet, so that still hurts him. Joel Embiid, he's good, but he's not LeBron good. So I think they lose this one clearly. I think LeBron probably gets a double-double again. And then next we have the Wiz Magic. I believe the Wiz pick up their first win against the Magic just because the Magic are not that solid of a team. I mean, they got Vucevic and everything, but I don't know. I just feel like it's Bradley Beal's time to shine, and John Wall, if they're going to make a move in the East, they're going to have to do it now. They don't want to fall 0-8, 0-9, because that's going to put them in a major hole climbing back, especially when there seems to be a lot more talent in the East this year than there has been in the previous 5-6 years. I mean, even if the Wizards play at their best potential, they might be a 6 seed at the highest. I don't think they win the division. It's just, I don't know, I feel like the top 3 seeds are going to be Raptors, Celtics, and Cavs, if not Bulls. I think those might be the top 4 seeds. And it's pretty interesting to see how it's shaping out so far, because it seems like the teams are settling in where they're supposed to be. Like the Kings, Magic, they have losing records. Pacers, Bucks, they're even, so they're right where they should be. And then you have, like, let's say Hawks, Wizards. The Hawks are up there. The acquisition of Dwight Howard helped. You have the Wizards 0-3. They didn't really acquire anybody to. They didn't really have anybody added to help them too much, so you can see why they're sinking a little bit. You got the Heat Raptors, who are basically right where you think they would be. It's pretty awesome to see how it's turning out. And then after that, we have the Nuggets Pistons. I believe Drummond is on a clinic right now. He's found his rhythm, and I don't think he's going to get off of it anytime soon. I think it's going to be a clear Pistons over Nuggets win. And then we have Bulls Pacers. I believe Jimmy Butler is going to be too much for Paul George. It's just because Jimmy Butler plays a more frenetic defensive style than Paul George. So as long as he gets up in George's face, I believe he can throw him easily off his rhythm. And then we have Rockets, Hawks, Kings, Bucks, Clippers, Spurs. I'm going to pick the Kings to beat the Bucks, the Rockets to beat the Hawks, just because James Harden has been getting assists like crazy. He's drawing the coverage, he's getting double covered, and then he's sniping the open person before anybody can react. He's getting 15 assists in most of his games this year, so I don't believe the Hawks can stop him. I mean, granted, if he doesn't shoot as well as he can, if he shoots another sub 30% game, I believe the Hawks will pull it out, but I'm picking Rockets. And as for the Kings Bucks, DeMarcus Cousins, that's all I need to say for that one. And then we have the last game of the 3-day stretch, Clippers Spurs. I believe Kawhi Leonard will shut down Blake Griffin just like the Thunder did. And the funny thing is, the Spurs are so much better on defense, but you never know with the Spurs losing so badly at home last time. But I believe that was more of a rest day from Popovich, because he throws in those days where you can get easy rest. That way you can be more rested throughout the whole season. He's one of the smartest coaches when it comes to that. Anyway, guys, that is my 3-day game pick session. Like I said, I hope I go 16-6. I want to improve my overall record eventually. I want to see if I can get plus 100 on the season. That is my goal. That's how it is. and possibly start a Harden for MVP campaign, because if it wasn't for Harden, the Rockets would not be relevant right now. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to me ramble. I truly want to bring the Maniac out in the Bearded Maniac and see if that helps at all. And don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video, which should be a weapon review on Friday. And Zero Day, don't forget Zero Day tomorrow. Anyway, peace.